Present simple positive and negative.
Andrew plays computer games all day on Saturdays.
We use the present simple to talk about routines and habits. We form the present simple positive like this. Remember, with he, she, and it, for most verbs, we add s.
Play, plays. Like, likes.
We add es to verbs ending in o, s, x, ch, and sh.
Do, does. Miss, misses. Relax, relaxes. Watch, watches. Finish, finishes.
We change verbs ending in y to ies after a consonant.
Study, studies.
We form the present simple negative with don't or doesn't.
We don't play basketball at school. She doesn't live in London.
We form the present simple negative like this.
Present simple questions and short answers.
Does Harry play chess?
Yes, he does.
When does he play chess?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays.
We use present simple questions to ask about routines or things which are always true. To form questions in the present simple, we put do or does before the subject. When we answer a question, we often use a short answer.
Do you play chess?
Yes, I do.
Does he play chess?
Yes, he does.
Do they play chess?
No, they don't.
Does she play chess?
No, she doesn't.
We use question words to ask about different types of information. We use what to ask about things. We use where to ask about places. We use when to ask about times. We use how to ask about the way people do things. We form WH questions in the present simple like this. We form WH questions with he, she, it, like this.
Present continuous.
Are you playing computer games?
No, I'm not. I'm doing my homework.
We use the present continuous to talk about an action happening now. We form the present continuous positive like this. We often use short forms, especially in spoken English. We form the present continuous negative like this. We often use short forms, especially in spoken English. We form yes-no questions with be and the ing form. We form short answers like this. We form WH questions with a question word be, and the ing form. Present simple and present continuous.
I usually go to school by bicycle. But today I'm going by car.
We use the present simple to talk about routines and habits and things that happen all the time. We use the present continuous to talk about an action happening now. With the present simple, we can use time expressions to talk about frequency.
Always. Every day. Often. Usually. Sometimes. Never.
With the present continuous, we can use time expressions to talk about now.
Now. At the moment. Today. This week. This month.
Past simple.
She visited Paris last year and she saw the Eiffel Tower.
We use the past simple to talk about a finished action or state in the past. We often use time expressions with the past simple to say when the action happened.
We finished the project last Tuesday. I moved to New York in 2010. My sister was in Buenos Aires for 3 days. He left the house 10 minutes ago.
To form the past simple positive, we add ed to most regular verbs.
They watched a lot of TV last week.
The form of the past simple is the same for all subjects. With irregular verbs, we do not add ed for the past simple form. They have different forms.
He went on a trip and made a lot of friends.
We form the past simple negative with didn't.
They didn't like the food. She didn't see her friends.
It is the same for regular and irregular verbs. We form past simple questions with did.
Did you visit the pyramids? What time did they arrive?
Comparing.
Their players are older than us. And our team is less successful than their one. Look at their trophies.
Don't worry, girls. You're as good as them. In fact, their team is worse than our one. And we're going to win this match.
We use comparative adjectives to compare two things. We also use less to compare two things. We use as, adjective as, to say two things are the same. We add er to the adjective to form comparatives with short adjectives. Short adjectives have one syllable. With two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we change the y to I and add er. Long adjectives have two syllables or more. We form the comparative form of long adjectives by adding more. We don't change the form of the adjective. There are three irregular comparative adjectives. The comparative of good is better. The comparative of bad is worse. There are two comparatives of far, farther, and further. We can form the comparatives with less to mean not the same. We don't change the form of the adjective.
I'm as tall as you.
We use as with an adjective to say two things are the same.
I'm not as tall as her.
We can also make the sentence negative with not to say two things are not the same. Superlative adjectives.
Hello, I'm looking for a surfboard. Which is the easiest for a beginner?
Well, the blue surfboard is the most popular. The orange surfboard is probably the least difficult.
Actually, I don't have a lot of money.
Well, the yellow surfboard is the cheapest.
Whoa! But it's also the heaviest.
We use the superlative to compare one thing with all the other members of a group. It tells us what is the best, or number one element in a group. We also use the least to talk about the last element in a group. It tells us that something is less than anything or anyone else. We form the superlative of short adjectives by adding the and est to the adjective. Short adjectives have one syllable. We form the superlative of two-syllable adjectives that end in y by changing the y to an I, adding the and est to the adjective. We form the superlative form of long adjectives by adding the most. We don't change the form of the adjective. Long adjectives have two syllables or more. There are three irregular superlative adjectives. The superlative of good is the best. The superlative of bad is the worst. There are two superlatives of far, the farthest and the furthest. We use the least with an adjective. We do not change the form of the adjective.